I've been thinking how I can bring any perspective during this pandemic with all the amazing content I see from incredible people out there trying to change the world for the better during this time of crisis, many of which are changing the world for the better. I thought about it and it hit me. The most effective thing we can do is nothing, right? We're being forced to stay at home. Uh, you see, I'm really good at doing nothing, not in the lazy traditional sense, but one thing I can do, which is harder than we think, is sit under a tree for 20 minutes and train my mind to be more aware throughout the day, be more aware of the present moment. There's a million things going on in our lives right now, right? Phone calls from family and friends, all the doom and gloom news that we hear. And I think the headline today is Surgeon General says it will get really bad in the U.S. This week. And then we go into that second and third article until we're sufficiently having anxiety attacks. We start thinking about how this virus could have been mitigated, or all those lovely people in Georgia still going out to restaurants, or the spring breakers in Florida flooding the beaches, completely unaware of how they're affecting others' lives. The other day, I read one of those articles about how this disease is doubling every 4 days in California. And then I came downstairs in a fairly pessimistic frame of mind, only to hear my wife say, I don't think there's any reason to panic. What good does it do anyway? And I was agitated by that and decided to let all these new horrible statistics dance around in my head for the next hour. And I finally let her back into my world about an hour and a half later. But I thought about it that afternoon, and she was absolutely 100% right. What good does it do to panic? This is really an opportunity for myself to use my mindfulness training. I see a lot of people out there wondering what new habits they should be picking up with all this free time on their hands. Um, Meditation, highly recommended. If I had decided to use my mental training to when my wife said there's no reason to panic, I would not have shut her off. I could have noticed the anxiety for what it is, realizing the feeling is stemming from thoughts that come and go, like every experience that's in transit, and just let it go. And this crisis is unique because people on the news and on the phone are inadvertently begging us to feel the future ramifications of it. We are all smart enough to know this pandemic isn't good and to distance ourselves from others. In my opinion, it's equally important to stay aware of the present moment. I'm reminded of the introductory song to the old show Cops. Uh, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? A lot of people remember it. And who will you be when the virus comes for you, or your family, or your loved ones, and your friends? Words matter, and the way we communicate matters now more than ever. So I, James Thompson, hereby I'm putting everybody on my LinkedIn on timeout for 20 minutes. Go out, sit under a tree, close your eyes, and let me know what you think. Thanks.